Once again, welcome to our program on ethics for an emerging nation. And we are today going to talk about the DHA, one of our institutions in the uh, interim government, talking about how their department is going to be faring as far as ethics is concerned. While we get you ready, we have our ethics member. I don't know what name to give him. Barrister Timothy is here in the house, and Peter K is the Undersecretary for Ethics. Sorry, for DHA. I'm getting a little bit mixed up. And before we go ahead, I went to send you 21 gun salutes and welcome you to this very important program. Um, Before we kick off, I would like to call on Barrister to get into the house and tell us something and greet the people before we have our guest in the house today. Over to you, sir.
Once more, thank you. I greet everybody in matter for country talk for picking. I think say I don't be na catechist for this palaver now. So today na ethics. Ethics means everything. Means say some morality, common sense, good behavior. A day for your own house, a day for marketplace, a day for government. So I think we want talk we see how the thing they worker, how be the worker, how we improve on them, and how we implement them going forward. Because if you don't get morality, if you know the fear God, He will fit do anything He like because nothing not be a limit. But as long as we get that power for do what we like, how we do them, we get some guiding rules where in principle they be guided by God. Somebody superior where they look you down. Say this thing you do for your brother, so for your sister, for your neighbor, not fine. So now the main idea of ethics that we hope say we don't come back for our own country. People they know they for government. They will implement the ethics. They even do them now for their own personal homes. What they do for government, government are family of administrators, family of rulers. They will implement that for their administration. And so we all will hear fine when they do so. We don't do wrong. We get different punishment with the game. So when they only shout, you say stop. So when they put like small picking, you take can be the last. So what would they only jolly go connect eye, no say don't do bad. All the one that rules where it apply for ethics. Thank you, Mr. Coordinator.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, uh, Barrister, for that explanation. I think we should copy, maybe we'll copy something from Mr. John Gute. When we come for programs about this program, when we talk for country talk, like he try to convince our people for use with language in a deceitful way, where it not be ethical. And as Barrister don't just explain them, politics simply means say, you see, I'm always going to politics because these people, these people, then they try to spoil the politics. When we talk about ethics, we dey talk say when you come for talk anything wey e go lead the people, make you talk true. That is ethics. And when ethics no dey for any kind of politics, sincerely, you become a destroyer and not a builder. And so, with that, I would like for go ahead for talk a little bit about way to way it don't happen because we don't hold this, this ethics for a very, very long time. And for this ethics, we don't talk, I will be talking about plenty grammar, plenty grammar. Today, because the guest will get on the house, now home affairs man, so we'll get for talk for the language where the home people, they go here. And so it be my pleasure, before I go in for read way to way, one we talk about a little about, I would like to give the opportunity for our guest in the house, will be the Undersecretary of State for Home Affairs. Now, he be of age, I go introduce himself, and he go tell me what way DHA it be all about. Remember, say I never introduced Barrister Timothy saying a guest. No, he's not a guest. He be a panelist. Where na he do one na your house. His ethics na your house. So our guest, when SOS Undersecretary, he go talk for himself. So over to you, Mr. SOS. Welcome to our house of politics. I mean of ethics.
Thank you very much, Pastor Commando. I don't know if you can hear me. Do you hear me?
No, 5 on 5, you're okay.
Oh, good to know, because I usually have problems. Let me begin by greeting our people in the home front and those who are watching us from all across the globe. And then I will end with you in the studio, Senior Barrister team. It's a pleasure to be on set with you today. And thank you very much, Pastor Commando. Yes, my name is Peter Kum. I'm the Undersecretary for the Department of Home Affairs and Community Mobilization. You've cautioned me to speak in our language. Let me equally plead with our people that I might not be very versed with our local language. I mean, our lingua franca, which is Pidgin English. But I will do my best to make sure that I'm heard and that I've shared in a manner that will be understandable to our people. So I will switch now to that common language where would you understand very well. So
Thank you.
Department for Home Affairs and Community Mobilization. Now, Department for Interim Government for Ambazonia, where it coordinate the affairs, all thing where it happen for local government area them, for counties them. Now that department, it make sure say me all thing it work fine. It bring our people together, where government get anything for sharing with our people them, for make and say decision or policy where they take them, make it go down. Now for we the give where they take and share them with our people. Make I just make this distinction. Make people not confused with Department of Communication. No, will not be Department of Communication. What function I say any government policy will come out. We go take them, make sure say what people may they understand what it be and may they do them as our government talk. That one our job for now. But when we don't go for Ambazonia, it could be beyond what the way I don't talk now for you. It could include anything where it happen for our national territory with regards to what it for happen for local area, what it for happen for our counties, what it for happen, even for our immigration system, all those things. Now we could make sure say administration make it work fine. It then like for La Republique now, what they call and say Ministry of Territorial Administration and Decentralization. That's all La Republique call them. But we will call and say now Department of Home Affairs and Community Mobilization. Bring our people together because we consider ourselves say we'll be family. So will function as a family as such. Yes. So I could hold my peace for now, and then I could come back when Pastor Commando, you don't call me again. Thank you, plenty.
Thank you very much, Chairman. I think Undersecretary, that explanation, it don't enter well for the people of Ambazonia. Because we want to hear, we come to talk in all aspects. I will check say your apology to talk say you know Sabi for talk that come to talk say you go try and then we will understand. Then we go bring you for ethics class because we ethics now for make people they understand which way we dey talk. All right, thank you very much. Now the small talk we have said I go want for talk now the monologue where this ethics commission or ethics for an emerging nation, it don't put them down. And this ethics, it talks say, we revolution, this fight where we do for inside, it be very unique from every other fight where we don't ever hear. And why the uniqueness? Now, because it don't institute, the interim government, it don't institute for talk about ethics in the midst of war. Where some people they check say time of war, now just haphazard. And they know they respect that convention the way they don't sign them. Say if war day, some places then they where they not enter and so on. Like La Republic, they just enter for anywhere now. They enter for church, they enter for schools, they enter for hospitals. When I think where Geneva Convention we talk say make people they not do. And this we struggle it be again very different because we did do everything possible for bring in sanity, morality for inside a system where war it go on. It never ever be heard. Say during war, people they give accountability for the people the way they don't elect them for run their affairs. Now, during time of war, now a time where many people they use the opportunity for swingle money, embezzle, talk lies, stage play, backsliding from being in this place, and they give you position. Once you don't get money for day, you know, say they go question you tomorrow. You stage play, going out. You don't come out for day. You don't be a chairman again. I don't belong for that group again. So that tomorrow they know what ask for give accountability. Now, this government, it don't talk say it go educate the people them, bring back the morality where every individual and every structure like the home affairs structure where we're going to ask you some small question them now it be because this interim government it institute this particular aspect where it not be found in any history or geography and now making current events which will turn out to be history for inside Ambazonia. And with that said, I want to remind we say Ambazonia will be a country where it will live in absolute honesty. And it will be practice ethics where they never even teach them for school. Thank God Barrister is here. He will make some statement where I do always make them when I do talk about our history. For 1950 something, before we separate, before La Republic can make a game, we join together. The people of Lebialem, they be separate from the people of Nchang, where they get the same boundary. Because the people of Nchang, they become with this crookery sense of La Republic. These people will carry their chop, walk a miles, go reach for day. Then the people don't go price them at all. When night don't begin come, when they know say, they know if you carry the chop go back, they can't give any price. When Barrister be talk that story, and then they decide to create their own market near their own site where their phone and their chip they be talk say, me they don't carry chop cross over again. Then La Republic now, eye open small, but they don't get sense. That was ethics in its highest level, where it will be inbuilt in the Ambazonian people. So when we talk say this revolution that God ordained. We are simply talking things of this nature. Thank you very much, Barrister. Now we'll go back for our guest in the house. Now, you don't come for inside here. We want you to tell we how your department is the plan for carry out ethics for that department, because we don't go through all the counties, and now we don't cross over for departments where they make the whole body of the interim government and the whole body of the Ambazonian country. So you fit tell me a little bit how your department is the plan for carry out this ethics. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Pastor Commando, for the opportunity for share with our people. For people where they just join with now, me, I come up for Department for Home Affairs and Community Mobilization. And before I want go for tell, for share with we, what way will put them for mind, how we go make sure say meeting they work are fine from an ethical perspective now. So they go reach time where we there for Ambazonia. I could first of all want for share with we, maybe understand how we too for our department will understand ethics for B. Say be na weti. So ethics, as I we will understand them, now just moral principles where they guide anything where would they do every day. So as I way a day like a self-governing system, you know, as our Pastor Commander mentioned, it is imbued. It is like a natural law for inside our minds. But it not be on your own. It depends on certain principles where they govern we, where they direct the way where would they think, how would they talk, and how would they do things. So now, so we understand ethics for B, and this sort of code of conduct, it not the only guide individuals, it guide institutions. You know how the need for the function for the good of the people for that society. Now, so ethics it be. For example, you get the principle of integrity. May I take that one because it be an overall principle among principles as far as ethics be concerned. But integrity means seweti. When we talk say the person na a person of integrity, it means seweti. It means say that person be honest. It say it be guided by principles, the moral principles where it makes say ye as an individual. It they fine and it cause trouble for the other person. Therefore, it makes sure say society in general say it be just, say it be harmonious, it be peaceful, it be prosperous, and ultimately it be productive. So now so we will understand ethics for Department of Home Affairs and Community Mobilization. Now, for go to the question where it there for table, how we would make sure say these things them, these principles, where it they guide the way where would they think, the way where would they talk, the way would they do things, how it would it make it go down for our people, how would it make be established for our institution. Now, the first thing now for build the mind, because information is there for mind, as I will chop a day for body. And if you not give yourself the right information, because with the talk say information, as far as morals it be concerned, as far as good thing they be concerned, it depend on the source for play where you to get your information. So if you get wrong information, now so all thing for you could be wrong, because that information could enter your head. You could think now only that thing will enter your head. As I will think now so you could start talking too. As I will start talking, now so you could start do and then any man for your corner. Now so you could spread the go. So number one thing what would they do now for sensitize our people? Give them ethical information. But how would they do them? Would they do them through the rules and regulations what we don't put them in place, like the Amber Peace Plan? How we will need for select what leader them thing what they consider as a criteria for select leader, whether not for administration, whether not for weighty. You know, how would he make sure say that leader will work according to the interest of the people, not before your own interest.
Yeah.
Because ethics the ensure say me all thing they fine, me all man they fine. So would this inform our people them constantly through our LGAs and through our counties. May they understand weighty where Amber Peace Plan a be. How we will need for function for society for make sure say me what people not start, you know, in fact may they start now for regain that mindset where it be day before for Southern Cameroons. Where you not gonna see humanity you want for take them when not be your own. You not gonna see some person in the grow instead for you for go see ask as how way they do before they grow. You want for go you start for envy, you want for go kill you for take it thing. Like as how way they for our neighbor. You know, we want to make sure say from now onwards, meanwhile people take out from their system, from their brain, say for you forget a certain position, for you forget a certain job, you must see some person for back door. No. Nothing in that way would you want to tell what people me they know say na bad practices. Where it destroy society, where it bring problem for society. You know, where it stop productivity for society. Because when you bribe, you enter some place, you don't corrupt that person where you give money for you. He's too, he don't corrupt you. So when you enter over there, instead for the work where book the show you me you work for the interest of the people, you don't already put them for your mind, say, oh, after all, the boss way a day for that department or for that workplace, I don't give you money. So you go there, you dey play a card like that like thing they will they see for our neighbor them. You go for person in the office for go seek public office for seek assistance. Person there they play card, they play solitaire. That one a government time for serve people. Not be time for play. When you say you come up for how you want go work, now for go serve people. So would you want me what people recalibrate their brain, their minds? For no say, for be a civil servant, it means say you need for serve the people. Your boss, not any person where enter the office where need your service. Now your boss that. You know? Now the kind of thing in that way would start for the put and for what people their minds now. So that by the time we don't reach Boya, we're not gonna be in a chaotic society. We'll not be for society where any man they do things as how we want. No. Because eventually this Amber Peace Plan we will get them now when our code of conduct, where they guide our behavior, whether in our local government or for county, now you way we go transform them, you know, for big document where it could guide we way it could be like you know what the one the book what they call and say now SOP, standard operating procedure. What would they use them? So now number one thing that would do would sensitize our people through this instrument. Now, say as I would there for war, not be any man where a pick up stick, where a no thing where war mean. Some were people there, some were brother and were sister, then they don't know, say, even for time for war, we get for still be human. We not get for behave like we neighbor them, like we invader them. The people where they can't they kill we anyhow. You see, you can't cut person ahead. You go kill person, you go cut person ahead. No, we're not there for that one. We make what people way. In fact, our brother, our sister, the way they pick up sticks, make they know say, as our way they go out for defend themselves and their brothers and sisters and their mommy and their papa them and their neighbors. May they do them so from an ethical perspective with sorry heart for their people. Because when they understand, say, this one now for defend their people, they go get sorry heart for their people them. Therefore, they not go torture their people them. They not go terrorize them. They go make sure, say, they protect only, deal only with the enemy. Even when they deal with the enemy, they deal with the enemy with human mind. But how that one will feel achieve them? Not only through, constant information what would they give them, as how would they interact with them. Now so would they do make ethics it enter for their head, for their minds, so that their hand and their foot they could put them into use. Now, me will fast forward time we were there for Boya. Wait till we don't put them in place as a strategy, as a plan for make sure say these practices where would they try for make our people regain them. I use the word regain because it not be new for we. Ethics not be new for we. Barrister way day here, I should say it will get a bit of the experience for southern Cameroons. I know say when I don't hear from you a couple of times and when I go still hear, but I use the word say regain our ethics because we get ethics before. Me say why they talk for when I don't see some letter where Prime Minister Jongu Foncha, where he be write to a student for secondary school. He sign and say your servant. He not say your prime minister, he say your servant. So that one tell we say what no be now where ethics they come for we it be day before we be done the practice and before devil can't enter house as our Pastor Commando they used to talk. Devil can't enter our house, he wipe all that in them. Thank God say we don't wake up for take them back. So what will be the plan where we'll get to Boya from Department of Home Affairs and Community Mobilization? What you will go do now?
Okay. Hold your fire for day. The last thing we talk, I say, wait till be the plan where Department of Home Affairs go do, where we enter Boya. Hold on for day. We'll cross over to Barrister. And Barrister, you don't listen to which way Home Affairs they talk. As a man in the house, I would like you for go ahead and then talk some few more things before it tell we wait the plan for do for inside Boya when we cross over for there. Make it sip some small water before he come back. Then tell we because we did all ears now for listen for wait to happen. So over to you, Barrister.
Again, thank you very much. I'll be so happy for our guests. You don't talk one thing where me I want Hamaram. They be in charge of home affairs and community mobilization. I remember say some people don't know. For West Cameroon government, they will get a whole ministry of cooperative and community development. It means a whole ministry.
Wow.
That means that they deal with people. So this home affair thing, now them they do for inside your family house. They mobilize you. For us, for example, we get the idea community development was important. Now we will be school. But no if you just jump from DOP, come from Bali, tell somebody go be school. You want somebody to go clear road, they get for mobilize and they get for understand why they want clear road, why they want be the school. Because not their school. Woman, they go sell their gare, go sell okra, whatever thing. They come join and 10 franc every week. Na njange that, na cooperative that. So government they protect them. But before we go forward, something they were principle they were we get for them all. One principle they were underline ethics for your house, for anywhere where you did for a place where you work. Which be that rule. That rule now say if you don't know something, ask him. No man don't know all thing you want. No, if you don't know something, ask him. For your house, you go surprise say because when you born am, there are many things where you don't know where you know pass you. Your woman, where you call and say woman, sometimes they beat them anytime you want them. He know many things more than you. Again, I'll come explain this. How we've lost so much because our colonizer, they wanted to copy and paste from us to them without knowing what they were doing. They took our institutions, thought that they were trying to improve on them for themselves, and they killed the whole thing. The things died. See, if you don't know something, ask him from your mango you don't know. See, Pastor D, he knows say the greatest book where we get them for religion now, the Bible. For inside that Bible, they tell we say Moses we go on mountain where take God can give 10 commandments. That 10 commandments no we talk nothing new. Now all things will be known. No first among woman, no, na Moses tell you. No thief, no, na Moses tell you. No kill, no, na Moses tell you. Be. So he codified this thing as big moral, bring them down. All man saying we law them this. Today, it don't be in a Bible law, we adore them, we respect them because they reflect value for society. Government, even all government laws, except East Cameroon where they make laws, they respect those guidelines. So I think the idea where the department get them already is a very good foundation. It's a good start. We don't lose so much in the process. But again, we're regaining as we talk. I don't know what way the plan when they get to Boya, but I'm sure from the foundation where they get them, Boya of tomorrow is going to be better than Boya of yesterday. We are going to go. Ethics is for everybody. Again, I remind everybody, if you don't know something, ask them.
Ask him. Thank you. Thank you very much,
The only
Barrister.
moral will be not be easy. They are not. If you go for ballet, for example, let me say ballet share boundary with Bafoot. If you go see Bafoot Market Day, it is the same day with Ballet Market Day. Something is wrong somewhere. Bafoot Market Day will be today, but it will be after 2 days. Because once the all man come for all market, all people go for the all people the all market. So if you find that two villages where they don't go get the same day for the market day, if you go inside, you see something wrong. No, na government they put market. Oh. Now these villagers they put up. They understand I'm saying
Yeah.
you get for live with their neighbor, you get for go for the same market, you buy what you not get, go for all one, sell it what they not get them. That is
Yeah.
the right hand washing the left and the left washing the right. So now so ethics day. Maybe foundation of this society. Again, I go to religious school where they talk all this Bible thing. But if one man come with his religious schools, he come with the Bible, we will get religion now. We'll do something we'll call Papa God. Would they just go with him? No. No, not church there is no kill man. No, not church there is no force of my woman. Be part of us. So we'll go analyze these things. We'll see how we will implement them going forward because society don't change plenty. I go come explain with some other aspects where we where we want to do. Thank you, Mr. Chair, Mr. Coordinator.
Yes. Thank you very much, Barrister. Wait way it go on and say all the quotation the way we quote them for inside Bible. Before we want for get missionary the way they bring schools for can't teach we. Wait way we already know. It be already there for inside our heart. And even Bible it testify them. Say the people the way they know we don't know God through Bible. By nature, they will do the thing the way God will want us to make the do them. That one would see them for the book of Romans, chapter 2, where he explain them. So I agree with you 100%. Say our people will get their religion, but this religion it will go on very well before Bible and schools they come. That schools they become just for make we for know say wait the way we know by intuition when now God put our inside way, you feel read them. Then it bring them detailing for show we how we fit go ahead with our lifestyle. So most of which way we talk now as Ambazonians, we will grow up for accept them. Say now so a gate for be, and will be the worker. Now, as the white man can bring school, teach we more of the law of God, then he bring his own tradition, teach we more of their own tradition too, where be say wait. Say man picking if you marry man picking. You know they so for Bible. And we know we practice them for our tradition. And you know they so. Now they are done begin develop the go, they try to brainwash we for the ethics where we know them when God put them for a heart. Because we want to follow the proper ethics them for God. Now, if you go for some developed places now, I don't want to call any particular name, place, but the country where they talk say developing countries, many of them, okay, make a talk for one country where I don't visit them. If you carry dog, where it be like say one of your leg don't broke, and it did so, you come up for road, stand for the back. I'm telling you that day you'll go back home with much money. But carry picking, when a normal picking way when I born am, and when I want some small thing for go give that picking me a chop, I'm telling you that man with dog, he go back home 3 times with money than you where you carry picking. What are they talk? For this their wicked generation, they try to replace picking with animals. Now so many people they know they born for born picking. They say dog no they give trouble. Their dog now they are this thing. Anyway, make I no enter for that one. I just want for talk say what way barrister talk, it be very, very true. And Bible become just for expatiate. More we understand further than which way it go. And then some people they come to with their own ideologies. Now let's come back home. The Secretary of State for Department of Homes and Community Development, I mean the Undersecretary, if they tell we about which way we go know for Boya tomorrow, the microphone don't be your owner, sir. Make you tell we which way we the plan for do. As barrister don't make a me will know say this thing be day before this I don't know whether I call them now criminals. If I call them criminals, it not be bad because when you teach people they will do some bad thing, you automatically be a bad man. Now before they be one come, boy I be a different boy, and one for go back for that boy. Tell me where to where Department of Home Affairs and Community Development is the plan for do. I get some few questions if I ask you before we close this program. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Pastor Commando. Actually, I'm glad say you begin barrister microphone may talk before I come back. Barrister that actually touched the very first thing where I be one start with them. Thank you very much, Barrister, for expatiating for that particular point. You see, what Department of Home Affairs and Community Mobilization, a department where it be close to the people, it be with the people, and it make sure say make the people know who where they be and where they need for do and where they go. So just for that matter, would it mobilize not only human resources, would it mobilize even material resources. And no way, no day, where you fit for mobilize these resources for doing where they call and say engagement, where you not do buy-in. You know? What department where it could coordinate or they manage local government projects, county projects, where could they bring people for get together for make sure say me the needed development where they get for carry out for the interest of themselves, make it be done in a manner where it could be, very good and commendable. But where to be the two way we need for use and for make sure say this buy-in be. We need for make sure say these people may they understand as how we balance to be talk where a project it be out for achieve. For avoid the kind of scenario where we get them now, where our neighbor or oppressor they don't institute them for our place, where you just they sleep for your house, you wake up for morning time, you see caterpillar, they already bulldoze your house. You not first know where whose side they go. You want ask them, they go first slap you before they even tell you say na road where they want make them. No be so go there for Ambazonia. Before project it won't be executed. What people do, we don't make sure say, me what people understand why that project, where to be the thing where they need for benefit from that project. They like the project or they don't like them. It could be a self-developed project. For avoid a situation where you can't impose project for people them where they don't like the project in the first place. And what you will do, why we go do that one again? Now for avoid the situation where Pekin asks you granite, you go give a palm kernel. No, what vision of make sure say what people may they getting where they need. It could be a people-oriented development where with the envisagation. It could be a people-oriented project implementation plan. Now so it could be. Now so we plan for doing. Now, apart from this, what would the plan? That one are for execution of project. We don't hear even for our neighbor where they oppress we. Every year, what the year said, they never even execute up to this percentage of their public projects and all of those things. Now, because of what? Because of lack of ethics. Because the people don't feel like those things. What they do? The project, the way they bring over, they don't even like them because they don't know about the project. They don't know how useful those projects can be for them. Now just camouflage, So we can avoid all that thing them by making sure say what people be well informed through the local authorities and the municipal authorities, when at the county authorities. Now, what you go do again? We go make sure say because now for manage well, I don't talk say for manage well. Not be only material resources, human resources. You not fit manage human resources just anyhow. We need to look the fact say think the way with the swam by way of behavior. Now it is start with the thought process. Then it manifests or it develop into all trances. Think where would they talk? We're not gonna want me where people just they talk anyhow, the way most of what people they talk today for public offices. No, we not gonna like me what people they manage public offices the way they do today. With a lot of corrupt and all sorts of evil practices where they even go into occultism. No, all those things. We go try to avoid all those things, but how we go do them? First thing I say, we go make sure say any recruitment for this department, it could be based on two things. Number one thing, and it be in order of merit, it could be now conduct. Conduct. Second thing, it could be now skill. And they will not be new again for we. If you go for University of Buea, me I come out University of Buea. We get two things. Then whether they pronounce they want confer your degree or any qualification, they tell you say they don't test you in conduct and in academics. Now so it could be that's all for we. Before any person want be recruited into the department, you must demonstrate these two features. So you be qualified, you get good character, and then you get good skills for work. It not go end for day. We go get induction procedures. Not be the thing where you just hire person today, you go show your office, you not face nothing for do, it just sit down there, they do it things as how we want. No, a procedure, an induction procedure could day way. You could be an individual, any recruit could be walked through. They could give you ethical lessons, how way you need for function for your role, the value way you need for Adam in terms of ethics, in terms of achieving the goal where you be recruited for. And it not gonna end too for day. We could make sure say every sub unit for Department of Home Affairs, it could get an ethics commission member. It could get an office. So every sub unit for Department of Home Affairs, it could host an office for member for ethics commission, because ethics commission for we now it could be a big thing as we already did now a whole department. So we make sure say ethics members or professionals they be deployed to every subunit of the Department of Home Affairs and Community Mobilization for make sure say that objective it be sustainable, because learning nothing way it continue, the end today, because we sabi forget quick. You fit do induction for person after I work 2-3 months, it shows say yeah I don't understand, I dey comply. Before you know, it don't start the chop granite. So for making sure say make that thought process where you don't already make the person know it continue, it could be thing where it need for continue, and it could continue through those satellite offices of the Ethics Commission, so that they could organize from time to time ethical sessions where it could continue for be our people, for be moral contributors to society. So wow. in a small way, now the one that I will tell when I bet more a day, would still work on more, strategies and plans, how we will need for improve the way administration it could be done for Ambazonia. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you very much, Undersecretary. I don't hear Barrister, don't laugh. Barrister, talk.
Well, my brother, thank you very much. You see, we would go ahead with this paragraph. People where they don't know, they will learn a lot. Sometimes we will learn for the first time. Those of us who are still very young, that between 1961 and until we lost our federation, our state, West Cameroon government, it no be get any foreign debts. We no borrow no more for money for anybody. Not like today where you go see us, they don't take money from China, from Japan. No. Go through the records. West Cameroon government they don't leave any foreign debt anywhere. But why did they not get it? Like we talk for country talk, say call your code account to your size. We knew where and we know what we do for ourselves. For example, let me give you 2, 3 illustrations for sure what we do. We don't talk about community development. It was very important in our own society. And then we may need roads for digging, we may need roads for maintenance. What can government be do? We get public works department where they bring in the equipment. They put a pool of caterpillars, bulldozers there. If you want to dig a road from Santa to Baffle or wherever, they come, they say, well, I want to dig a road, it will take us 4 or 5 days. They tell us, okay, we'll give you this caterpillar and the bulldozer. 4 or 5 days, the gas will make na 5 drum, na 50 pounds. The driver, where they will drive that work, na 25 pounds or whatever it is. You will pay that money for the caterpillar will come do the work, it come back. Some small money remain for the one we don't give them. They will take and maintain the equipment. And so it was not a question of just, as you rightly said, woke up from Monday, you see the bulldozer house. No. We get the administrative garage when a car pool for government. We never get for flood every minister with thousands of cars. No. The government cars were in the pool, the bulk of them. Since the government not there for boy, if you want to come for boy, you go for womb as a government minister. You do that application, say, okay, I need 3 cars. They know say womb road not fine. They will give you 3, 4 by 4-wheel drives. They will give you driver. No, you driver them. They give you administrative drivers. They will drive the motor with your people. You go for womb, do your business, your official business, come back. The car go back to the pool. So that what we control how we use which way we get them without any harm done to anybody. And so now so where we want be, we know would make that unnecessary waste. Because the whole idea of taking these foreign loans, if we don't read them through, the idea now for thief. There's nowhere in the world where if you put granite for house, you put arata for it, they no chop. Even for heaven, they will chop that granite. So we'll put all this into application. Like community mobilization, homeland security, they will then implement them. With modification, that means all the caterpillar, for example, the poor no be for boy, they can bring it down. And we will get Department of Housing, town planning, which will be their own work. They will get rules, say, for example, if you build your house, the head rule say your house must be 3 meters away from your neighbor's house. For sure, say fire cash, you know, burn your neighbor's house. All right. Where you want be your house, you make plan. You go for health. Health go sign your plan, approve them. For sure, say you don't respect this rule of house from here to here, must be like that. You go for council, where the government rule say, if you want to be a house like this, there must be 2 windows, 3 feet by 3 feet, 3 windows, 4 feet by 4 feet. When they don't verify that thing, they will approve your plan. Now, after you don't obtain all these signatures for plan, for your house, where you go build your house. But today, anywhere in Ambazonia, Boya, Bamenda, Kame, wherever, who would follow that one? No, you find houses don't take left and right. No, not they. Then the next day they come, they bulldoze your house down. Why you first build the house? The one man who said it will be. Who said it will be?
Child.
There will be one, we begin all those things, they build city, they don't say, now for your water go pass. They make pipeline. Who want to be your house, you can't show place, say, no, a pipeline that, no, we put foundation for it. They say, now for your light go pass, they make pole will stand. If you make your planting and go there, they say, no, that one, electric pole will stand for that place. They don't go approve them. Now, morality at the highest level of that. I will just say, I will explain this. What the people where they don't come colonize, what they don't do? What did they do to the PWA depot? They carry all the equipment to Yaoundé and call it they were creating a heavy equipment pole. Who said they did? Let it not die. They even created something they call garage administrative. Trying to copy from us from administrative garage. Which are they? Not they.
I know.
So they try to cut and paste deliberately or viciously to steal. But by and large, viciously. Because when they carry this thing go for you on the national pole, car pole, heavy equipment pole, the thing that was how the things they go. 20 years ago or more, they were auctioning cars from the administrative garage, giving you a
Yeah,
Peugeot 504 at the time for 200,000, for 150,000.
I know. Yeah.
These were cars that they are stolen from us. They were now reselling it to themselves and owning it. We get all these things where we bring a lot of ethical misconduct. Misconduct will be, well, we get them, we will do control. For example, we get something in Boya Mamanda. Let me deal with Boya first. We get something they call say class quarters. It still be there now. When a government junior staff they will stay for day. Government bill. The house is being numbered. They deliver your mail for inside house. When government not start big, they create another one called GRA, government residential area. The supervisor, now them now government create am. They cut out the plots. They get for people they bill for government residents. But fraud be there. I remember somebody came from somewhere, I don't need to know which place. He be in charge of that thing. He cut and get for a country people all. So the rest alarm for government level. Say, no, this GRA will not create another for you forget for your brothers and sisters. What the government do? Government create a commission of inquiry. I remember there was something called there were two inquiries. There was one called English Commission. Where the investigator stop and say, no, this idea where government create another for you for take manifest for your brother and sister because 2 plus a day, you don't get 5 for your cousin, 3 for your auntie. That was wrong. So we get all these things for control, ethical behavior. Our people were not angels. As I say, if you put granite for house, put arata for they will chop. But if you don't want to make the chop, arata chop the granite, you put the granite, for instance, some iron thing where arata not chop them. So we get people where they will also get weaknesses, ethics wise. But we set up these instruments for control them. Because you know, say if they catch you, you know will go free. At the end of the day, what will be happening with these guys who are distributing these plots to their friends and brothers and sisters in Boya there? They lost their jobs. The next man coming to it knew that if you do that, you will lose. And the last point he said, we'll recruit people by public exams. In Boya in 1967, 66, 67, there was a public service commission exam where they write. That time we going to secondary school. Picking where they come up for secondary school, one government job, they all go writing for Boya. And then they put the names there by order of merit. Now, do you want to take first? Now you take last. And I remember one instance. I began the minister of that public service at that time, being a late BTB for it. They made that public service exam. They publish them for notice board. Then I began some man where some my grandpapa will begin picking will come for I say no good work. Be my narrative for BTB. He say, okay, go see Minister Namas and then they will handle this thing. He come. He said, we write this thing. Now you name that number 200. And then he say, have you heard of it? Now be minister. The minister asked him a very simple question. He said, you be number 200. I say, yes. So we don't recruit, we are number 80. From number 80 to 200, once a month they move some people, put your name for day. Go there yourself. Tell me, come show me the man where once a month I move your name, put it on. Yeah, my brother, he went back home. It was a simple thing. The minister could say, oh no, this is my cousin's son. Come on, go and say, yeah. He didn't get the job because his number was far below. He said, go wait. When they will recruit until they reach number 200, you will come there. That was all. So I think with this background, we will get them or learn from. We are going to do marvelous work. We are going to be close to perfection, but we shall not be perfect. That's why we'll have courts. That's why we'll have disciplinary committees. That's why we'll have sanctions. to control imperfection among human beings. Now, so where we will be. No, this thing where man will thief trillions of dollars. The next day is organizing a birthday party in prison. Prison or prison. You know, the thing where man will thief all this money, they give air ticket for Flago to except for France, or for London, or for Japan. Then you don't thief anything. They tie you with chain for bed. Sit you down for bed. Kind of balog that. So I think
Wow.
say this background will get them. Hopefully, you can only think that we will try to perfect the imperfect. The imperfect. That one will take we go far. We are learning a lot. The day we'll get
Wow.
Ambazonia, many people, including East Cameroon, they will come to learn from us how to try to run an upright society, how to correct the wrongs of the society, how to make imperfect people perfect. Thank you.
Barrister, you don't just make my mop don't flop with plenty water. I'm swallowing it very seriously because you don't take me back for which way we be. And Under Secretary, I want to thank you for that plan we will get them. Even though you look very young, but I sure say you don't provoke Barrister for go back for talk the practicals where they be dey happen where you know be there. So with the talk say every true born Ambazonia, it get the DNA of this ethical behavior for inside the blood. Now we just need a little touch, and the wickedness of our invaders will be taken off. And we must start now. I want also to thank the authorities of the interim government where they don't talk say, okay, we'll wait about this ethics something, we'll only bring away, we don't go for boy. I want to thank them so much because we educate our people. So that when the time come, you go show with the name of the person where they get for move them, then put your own, where you never reach the position. Barrister, I know say you still owe me for our history, so we will come back for our history. You already talk
All right,
ethics
thank you.
here. Now our time is up, and the to read the sweet the go, very very important and very nice. But I will like to respect time. I'll ask our guest a few questions, and then we will round up for today. And we strongly believe, say, as the days that they go ahead, we will come back for talk on other departments. Now, like the Department of Women Affairs, we don't come talk, and today in the Department of Home Affairs, we still get education and other department the way they go to come up for talk how they plan for do the ethical shows for their departments for put them into practice. But this very quick, Mr. Under Secretary, when I get ethics commission for una department, number two, when I know if any of the representatives, if when I get any representative for the ethics commission for inside ethics commission forum for una department. Number three, when I get a copy of the Ambazonia ethics code. And number four, for una department, when I get a copy of the federal constitution, especially the interim constitution of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia. Now I'll join all these four questions and ask them, because we have just 4 minutes for jump out of the studios for give chance for other program the way they come up. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Uncle Man, Pastor Commando. In the interest of our time, I'm not going to give details, but I want to acknowledge the fact say we'll be in possession of all the things the way don't list them for day. Because where you consider yourself as a teacher, you need for first of all need for be well equipped in order say you feel be the right source of information and a moral compass for any other person where you go for share that information with you. So as I would talk, clean house first. When your house clean, neighbor to go see them. Then they go ask question how they will clean their own. Then you go show them. Then all place go be clean.
Thank you.
As I way barrister mention them, it got touched on play. It make me I remember time where I be still there small for late 90s. I remember time they run empty food. Or they see some people will be just here for quarter. They talk say, hey, sanitary inspector they come. Then we hear that one. You did wrong. Go tell your pa. Go ask your pa whether toilet day clean or compound. In fact, we before I go talk for our papa, them say that they come. We don't take broom the sweep come back because we'll be here saying that people the way they come hide sanitary inspectors. Then they can't check whether when I get toilet, whether compound clean or not how. And if they come where you not comply, if your compound dirty, you not get toilet, then they just take papa and mama, find them. So in fact, we could implement what the way I be here, Professor Pile Lumumba, call and say, a political hygiene, but I will call and say public hygiene, where it be there before, where people will need to be ethical, inward and outward. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Because of our time, I'll ask Barrister for just greet the people for 1 minute and then say bye-bye so that we can call it quit for today.
Okay, thank you again. Thank everybody for listening. After we don't talk for 1 hour, any man to go back for your house. Now to be a homework now. I want to say, oh man, we don't listen for we here. May return for your house. For which side where you did. One thing for your mind. If you know something, ask him. Even for office where you did. If you be big man for day, nothing say that man with the constant messenger, planton. He don't know something. He know plenty where you don't know. So if you don't know something, ask your pikin, ask your woman, ask your senior brother, ask your driver, ask the lowest man in the world. Knowledge was acquired. Knowledge was not implanted in you. That man will shouldn't they be watch night. You don't go through experience where you not get them. That man will shouldn't say be watch night. If they transform you director or minister to watch night, you know do that work. That man will shouldn't they got him. If you know about thief, you go out for thief, the face they will catch you. So anything needs skills. So if you don't know anything, if you doubt, ask him. Asking is not a sign of stupidity. Asking is a sign of wisdom. So go back home. Your children, your family, your friends, your neighbor. Ask, and thou shalt be given. Seek, and you find. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Barrister. Thank you very much, DHA, for coming into our ethics program for today. And it is at this juncture we do call and say quit. Until next week, Friday, for exactly the 10 p.m. Amber time, we will bring you our program again on politics. Meanwhile, have a wonderful day, wonderful night in Ambazonia. If you don't know something, make you ask them. Thank you.
Midland and the Atlantic. Ambazonia has risen to fall no more. Ambazonia rise.
Dear Ambazonians on the home front and diaspora.
Dear Ambazonia freedom fighters in the home front and in the diaspora.
The Ethics Commission of the Federal Republic of Ambazonia is coming out to alert you that it is becoming more and more evident that the former British Southern Cameroons, aka Ambazonians, will soon emerge as the newest nation in the world.
We are calling on all of us to start preparing to receive Ambazonia as parents prepare to receive their firstborn child. Malcolm X said, tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. We are already very educated, talented, and very rich in natural resources. Do all this guarantee a safe and prosperous Ambazonia? The answer is an emphatic no. Theodore Roosevelt said, to educate a person in the mind but not in morals is to educate a menace in society.
Ambazonians, it is time to start planning to restore our cultural and social values that characterize us as a people of good repute. Before our Republic Cameroon invasion, we were respectful of each other, of the law, and of our culture. We earned our living through honest hard work, making clean money for ourselves.
Our values helped us to maximize the benefits of our natural resources as well as our human resources. Southern Cameroons were serene and clean, simply beautiful in spirit and in the physical. We all long for such a place to call home, and we can make it happen by God's grace.
Our local government areas and counties, are you preparing? Do you have an ethics commission in your local government areas, counties to serve as a moral compass for you? Do you have a copy of the Ambazonia Ethics Code and the Constitution?
All arms of government, do you have an ethics agency? Departments of DSS, HSS, Communications and IT, Education, DHACM, DFA and DEINR. Do you have ethics agency to serve as a moral compass for your departments?
Ambazonians, you need to know your rights by reading the Ethics Code and the Constitution.
Shame unethical behavior and reward good behavior in your communities. Hold leaders accountable. Be the watchdog of your communities and governments. See something, say something.
The church, you are the main research center of moral principles with the responsibility of moralizing the society. How effective are you outside the church building?
Maya Angelou said, when you know better, then you do better. Ambazonians, watch Ethics for an Emerging Ambazonia every Friday at 10 p.m. Amba time.